the COP30 Climate Summit concluded, conversations around erratic weather patterns, energy efficiency and corporate responsibility continue to take the center stage and compelling organizations to re-strategize. This week on Business Q&A, we look at Schneider Electric, a global leader in the digital transformation of energy management and automation. Hilton Baartman, Digital Energy Director at Schneider Electric, joins me in studio to discuss its efforts around corporate climate action. Hilton, thanks very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Gary.
Well, so Schneider Electric's been named the world's most sustainable corporate in 2025 by Corporate Knights, and it's the only company to rank first in the first 100, Global 100 twice. How's the organization achieved this? How have you managed to position yourself in this space, and what does it say about your leadership in this environment?
Yeah, no, thanks, Gary. Sustainability is something that's very important for Schneider Electric. And as you've mentioned, Corporate Knights as well as Time Magazine having rated us the most sustainable company in the world. And the way we've been able to achieve this has been through, making sustainability not a scorecard, but making it part of the very fabric of the organization and how we do business. And here we're talking about, end-to-end, from the point of product design to how we manufacture our products, as well as our full supply chain and the solutions that we provide customers. This speaks to our very, fiber in terms of what we do with sustainability. And I think from a corporate point of view, it's very important that businesses don't just view sustainability as a scorecard. It has to be the way you do business. I think when you look at some of the achievements that we've had since 2018 when we've launched this program, we have been able to offset 700 million tons of CO2 emissions globally for our customers. And this is the kind of impact we've been able to have, and it speaks in terms of our story, it speaks to that you're able to not only combine profit with sustainability, it should be part of how we do business so that we're able to sustain it into the future.
So as we mentioned in the introduction, it's just come off this latest COP meeting at the mouth of the Amazon River in Brazil. How's Schneider Electric positioned energy transition in not only the run-up, but at COP30?
So in terms of our run-up, we have been very vocal at past COP conferences in terms of combining, technology in order to speed up our energy access and electrification worldwide. For Schneider Electric, Electricity 4.0 is absolutely key. This is our key pillars that we operate on. And really what this speaks to is electrification, automation, as well as digitalization. And when you combine these, you're able to drive decarbonization a lot faster. And it's not only COP30. I think if we localize this, recently we had the G20 in South Africa, the Leader Summit. One of the pillars of the G20 that South Africa put forward was sustainability. And so sustainability needs to speak to, what it is that we want to do as Africans and how we want to drive growth for the continent. If you look at our picture in terms of energy access in Africa, it's pretty dismal at the moment. We've got 600 million people on the continent who don't have access to energy. And when we roll out infrastructure for these communities and for us to be able to achieve the growth we want to as a continent, we need to make sure that it's future-proof with the correct technologies.
Now, we're speaking about localizing issues, and one of the build-ups, one of the strengths of your organization are your partnerships. And one of the things you did when you went, to COP is to extend the leadership in this industry beyond just the global agreements. You've got a very good local partnership with essentially a fruit growing and marketing company called 2 a Day. What's that about, and what's that partnership going to entail?
Yes, Gary, partnerships is something very central for Schneider Electric. It's something that we do daily. And one of the things that we're very proud of as a global organization is that we are what you can call the most local of global organizations, in that we essentially have local partnerships where we deploy our solutions and we deploy it for the market that we operate in. And locally, we've partnered with 2 a Day. who is a fruit exporter. They export out of Elgin into the world. And they had old infrastructure, which was very inefficient, and had what we call SF6 gas, which is a greenhouse emission gas. And we were able to partner with them to roll out new technology called RM-AirSet, which is a medium voltage switchgear which completely operates on air, so therefore removing harmful greenhouse gases. But it's more than just the sustainability part. These new products are able to operate for longer, so they are more durable, and they are much more safer for staff to work with. This is not the only example of where we've partnered locally. One of our other partners is Drakensberg Municipality, where they were the first in country to roll out this kind of solution. And this is part of their grid modernization strategy, where they are replacing old infrastructure with new infrastructure that is not only sustainable, but can sustain the future for them.
One of the global landmark agreements you've entered into is Climeworks, a global leader in carbon removal. What's the target for 2039 and how does that work?
So for 2039, our partnership with Climeworks aims to remove 31,000 tons of CO2 from the atmosphere. And Climeworks achieves this through a method called direct air capture. And I think what's different to what Climeworks does is that it's not a simple offsetting of CO2, it is actual removal of existing CO2 in the atmosphere. And I think one of the key messages we are trying to send as Schneider Electric with this partnership is that we cannot do this alone. We might be the world's most sustainable company, but we need partnerships and we need to work together to achieve sustainability goals going forward.
And then perhaps finally, Hilton, what are the next generation breakthroughs when it comes to green technologies that you believe, again, would be essential for industrial and commercial sectors to reach that magical net zero number?
So in terms of technology, I think the key here is innovation. And, one of the underlying, themes in Schneider Electric has been innovation, and this is how we drive towards sustainability. Earlier this year, we launched in South Africa the first on the continent innovation hubs, which is situated in Midrand, Johannesburg. And here we showcase all the different kind of solutions, which is constantly evolving for us to be able to drive energy efficiency. So of course, the RM-AirSet, which is a medium voltage switchgear, is one example. One of the other examples that I can give is our EcoStruxure platform. So when you look at our EcoStruxure platform, here we create a connected environment where physical hardware components that we install talks to software as well as artificial intelligence layers on top of that, giving our customers insights that they didn't have before. An example is Massmart. We had a partnership with them where initially we did a pilot for their buildings and for their retail sites where they were after energy efficiency ultimately, as well as improving their sustainability scores. We have now rolled out this EcoStruxure platform to 250 sites. And the payback period for Massmart was within 12 to 14 months. And so not only did it improve their energy efficiency and help them with sustainability, it had a real impact on the bottom line.
Well, sounds good, and sounds like we're in good hands when it comes to clean energy for the future and sustainability. We're going to have to leave it there. Hilton, thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you, Gary.
That was Hilton Baartman, Digital Energy Director at Schneider Electric. For more business insights, stay watching.